This comparison may seem unfair, but trust me, from a gaming perspective, this comparison is actually a lot more fair than you might think. Some of the results in this video might shock you, and the ending is not what you might expect. So stick around and find out. So we're gonna start with pricing. I bought the SteelSeries Arctis 5s at $70 from GameStop, and I got the Sony's on sale for $289 with everything, the hard case, the wire, the adapter. It came with everything. But off sale, the Sonys are $350, and I believe that the Arctis stay at $70. I don't think that they're on sale. They released at $100 in 2019. This is the refreshed model. Huge price gap. But let's not focus too much on price, because price does not tell the whole story. The Sonys are a wireless Bluetooth headphone. The SteelSeries Arctis 5 are a wired gaming headset. Those being wireless adds a lot of price. A lot of the features of the Sonys adds a lot of price. We are looking at them from performance and gaming. That's it. Build quality. This is where things should be more different than they actually are. The SteelSeries have a similar soft touch plastic. It's not as soft touch as plastic as the Sonys. They do feel nice to the touch. They feel very rugged. I mean, they feel like I could bend them, pull them, you know, twist them. I don't see these breaking. I mean, I could probably throw them at the wall and they'd probably laugh at me. The material used on the ear cushion themselves is like a pantyhose type feeling, but a little bit thicker. On the inside of the ear cushions is a leather lining holding that sound. I don't find them to get too hot, but they do get hot, so they do retain a little bit of heat, but it's mostly to retain the sound, to give it a little bit more life, a little bit more warmth. However, build quality wise, there's two complaints I have. One is a ski band, people call it a ski band. I don't know if that's actually what it's called. It feels kind of cheap. It feels kind of crappy. I'm not a fan of this ski band. And also, I wish there was a cushion inside the ear cushion, but we're gonna get into comfort and stuff like that in just a moment. The Sonys, they're a tank. The plastic feels thick and durable and, like, you know, but they creak a lot when you twist and turn them. The SteelSeries don't creak, and I'll be honest, I get nervous doing stuff like this with these. I don't know why. I think it's just knowing how expensive they are. It's not that I think that they would break. They also articulate in a lot of different ways. Like, you can fold them up, put them away, but they both feel premium as all hell. Build quality wise, the SteelSeries punch way above their weight class. I'm gonna give a point to both of them. They both have amazing build quality. Let's dive into comfort, because if they're not comfortable, it doesn't matter how good they sound. When it comes to headphones, the most important thing, aside from the sound, is the comfort. When you put them on, do you want to take them off? How long can you wear them? Those are very important questions, and they both have flaws when it comes to comfort. Now, the SteelSeries, when you put them on, a lot of headphones for me, I get a pressure point right here. And these, because of the one main important thing about headphones, is they need to swivel and they need to tilt. Our ears point forward, they're not flat. You need that swivel to avoid pressure points, and there is absolutely no pressure points on the temple, the jawline, or the back of the ear. And when they sit on your head, they just float there. It doesn't feel like they're putting any pressure here at all. However, I do have one huge complaint about these. My ear touches the driver in here. These are not very deep ear cushions. Now, if you have small ears, I have giant Dumbo ears, this might not be a problem for you. I wish they had put a little bit of cushion on the driver or something. But when we go over to the Sonys, when I made my Sony video, to which you should check out, I go complete in depth on the Sonys. I literally discuss every single aspect of the Sonys. You should check out that video. It's also a comparison to the Black Shark V2s. I'll have it linked in the corner. I'll also have it linked in the description. You should totally check that out after this video if you're more interested in the Sonys. When I made that video though, one opinion has changed of mine. I was able to wear these for long periods of time, even though my ear does touch the driver, because there's a thick cushion on the inside. I don't know if the cushion is thinned out over use, but now if I wear these for more than 2 hours, my ears start to hurt. However, with the SteelSeries, if I wear the SteelSeries for more than an hour, my ear starts to hurt. It's only my left ear on both headphones, so it's a little bit of a me problem. I do have big ears. If you have big ears, be warned. At first, the Sonys will be comfortable, but after a few months of using them, it may become uncomfortable for you. The SteelSeries, from day one, after about an hour of use, my ear starts to hurt. Other than that, comfort wise, they're both great. Long sessions, the Sonys are more comfortable, but both of them hurt my ears after a long time of use. So let's discuss what comes on the headphones. With the Steel Series, on the left ear cup there is a mute switch. There's a little red line around it to tell you if it's muted or not. Also, there's another thing that tells you if it's muted or not. We'll get into that in just a second. There's a volume rocker, and there's a proprietary port for your proprietary wire. That wire terminates to another proprietary port, so you can swap between USB wire, to which has a game to chat volume mixer, and terminates to a USB port, and the other adapter terminates to a 3.5 jack, so you can use it on your phone, or if you use a DAC or mixer like I do, you can use it on there. And next to that port is a share port. I don't fully understand how that share port works, but from what I do understand or gather, I could be completely wrong about this, so correct me in the comments, you can plug a 3.5 to 3.5 and share to another pair of headphones, I believe. And then in front of that left ear cup is the microphone. It is retractable. You can pull it in and you can pull it out. If you're using over USB and when it's muted, there'll be a red light. The light will be off if it's not muted. I don't use a microphone ever. I'm not an online chatter. My anxiety just does not let me. The right ear cup does not have anything, but both ear cups on the trim have RGB lighting, but that RGB only works through USB, but they're completely programmable. You can make them any color you want, and you can use different effects. On the left ear cup of the Sony's, there is a 3.5mm jack for your auxiliary wire. There is a on and off switch, and then there's a custom button that you can customize it to be a lot of different functions through the app. And on the right ear cup, it is a touch sensitive pad where you can control a lot of the Bluetooth settings, play, pause. Inside the left ear cup, there is a sensor for when you take the headphones on and off. It can sense whether your ear is inside the cup. There is microphones and sensors on the outside of the headphones. Now, if we're going to talk specs, Steel Series have a 40mm driver with a frequency response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz and 30 ohms, so you can run them on anything. If the higher the ohms, the more power they need. 30 ohms can basically be played on anything, phone, a controller, and the microphone is bi-directional, retractable, with a frequency response of 100 Hz to 10,000 kHz. SONY XM4 specs: 40mm dome type drivers, wired response of 4 Hz to 40 kHz, wireless Bluetooth response of 20 Hz to 20 kHz. One thing, yes, there is microphones on the headphones. You cannot chat in game with those microphones on the headphones. So if you want to chat, you either need an external microphone like this, or you need to attach a mod mic to it. There's Bluetooth capability, noise canceling. If you want to use surround sound on the Sonys, you need to buy the rights to either Dolby or DTS, whereas the Steel Series come with the key for DTS surround. So you can use the 7.1 surround in the app on Steel Series GG game software. But here's the second most important thing about a pair of headphones: sound quality. And now this is where I was both impressed and disappointed at the same time. Now, me personally, I like to use a DAC preamp. I plug my headphones directly into my Go XLR, and I like to use the Go XLR to play audio. I find using a USB dongle is more cumbersome, not difficult. I just prefer to use headphones like headphones. However, with these Steel Series headphones, you get a lot of benefits for using a USB port. But let's talk about the 3.5 sound quality first. Now, the sound quality with the 3.5mm jack, you cannot use the surround sound, you can't use the equalizer, you can only listen to it normally. And when I first put on the Steel Series headphones and I started playing games, I was both disappointed and I was also surprised. I was disappointed because the bass response in these by themselves is lacking. There is very little bass, and they kind of sound like pancakes. It doesn't really sound punchy and warm. It's very flat, and the highs are very accentuated. And I'm very sensitive to higher pitch frequencies, so I wasn't a big fan of that. And when a lot of low end and high end happened at the same time, it would start to cluster together and start to crackle. So bass would start to crackle instead of punch. You know what I'm saying? It had a hard time playing lots of different frequencies at the same time. However, when I plugged it into USB, these things come to life. Suddenly there's more bass, there's more warmth, body to the sound. But in both USB and auxiliary mode, the directional audio and distancing is very, very, very impressive with these Steel Series. I play better with the Steel series when it comes to competitive gaming because I can tell the distance and direction of somebody a lot better. However, when you turn on the surround sound mode, it exaggerates the sound to a point where somebody that's 5 feet away from you might sound 20 feet away from you. It's not as accurate when the surround's on, but you get a lot of that body and warmth and better quality sound. The sound quality is much better with the surround sound on. It does hinder your performance on a multiplayer shooter or any type of competitive gaming because everything is over exaggerated and everything sounds much further than it actually is. The Sonys, they have good directional audio, but distancing is just not there. When it comes to competitive gaming, I do not recommend Sonys compared to the Steel series because their distancing is just not there. Everything sounds very close to you. You know, it's a more intimate feeling when you're using the Sonys. The Sonys don't know how to really portray distance. They can tell you a rough direction of where things are, but when you're playing immersive games with the Sonys, that's when the Sonys really come to life. They have much richer sound, much more immersive sound. You feel really close and intimate with your game, but you don't want that intimate sound when you're playing multiplayer shooters. And that's why I say that the Steel series really shine in this comparison because their directional audio and their distancing is so good. Best I've heard so far. The Razors were good, but these are better. Stereo imaging and soundstage are much better than any gaming headset that I've ever used. I just don't like the surround sound. It sounds fake, exaggerated, but I do like how much body it adds to your sound. If you're going to use the Steel series headphones, I do recommend using them over USB rather than 3.5. Yes, I went back to using 3.5 because of the convenience factor of using my Go XLR, but you get a better experience with USB. Now, do I still recommend the Sonys? Absolutely, because the Sonys have Bluetooth. You can Bluetooth them to your phone and stuff like that, but if you have a phone with a headphone jack, you can use the Steel series. But the Sonys can double as music headphones and travel headphones, but in a pure gaming sense, they're both great buys. If you buy the Sonys, you won't be disappointed. If you buy the Steel series, you won't be disappointed. But both have their own perks and benefits. Rogue Company, Splitgate, the Steel series really shine. Valorant, not so much. I like the Sonys better when I'm playing Valorant. The Sonys get a lot of flack for being very bass heavy, but I think they just have a lot of body because they have that typical V sound. And I think that V sound is very appealing and sounds good. But let's go back to the prices. The Sonys are $350 with the package. The Steel series, you get a microphone and a headset in one for gaming. So I forgot to record a microphone sound test. So here we are with the sound test. This is what the Arctis 5 microphone sounds like. I have no idea how it sounds. I'll have to find out after this. And I'll put a little thing right here telling you what I think of it. So yeah, Arctis 5 Steel series headset, $70. This is the microphone. This is how it sounds. Let me know what you guys think. Great headset, great value. Back to the video. For $70. These don't sound like the $70. They sound like they're about $150. They sound good. They just have a lot of trouble when a lot of bass and a lot of high end happens. So what's my conclusion? I think that the Steel series win this roundup. I think they win this roundup because of their price. The price is so appealing and you get so much for your money. That's not saying the Sonys are bad because the Sonys are a better headphone. The Sonys are better than the Steel series, but the Steel series are for gaming and that's what they succeed in. If you want my opinion, I say buy the Steel series for just gaming, buy another pair of headphones for everything else. If you're gonna go the Steel series route, I highly recommend the Steel series Arctis 5. And I think that for a gaming application, they do win this roundup. And that's why I said you would not expect what I'm going to say in this video. The Sonys are amazing. I'm probably going to go back to the Sonys. But for the price to performance, they're just better at everything else. These are for gaming and they succeed at being for gaming. I'm going to be getting my hands on the Red Dragon headset. I'm really curious about that. So my goal, for the future, my goal is to find the best budget headset. So I want to find the best $50 headset, $60 headset, and $100 headset. And then I want to find the best overall gaming headset. So that's my goal here. I hope this was helpful. If you're looking to buy the Arctis 5, I say pull the trigger on them. If you're looking to buy the Sonys, I say pull the trigger on them. Especially for gaming sense. If you play mostly single player story games and you get the budget, I still think the Sonys are a better buy. They're just great for story games. But if you play a lot of competitive games, I think that the Steel series is a better buy, personally. Steel series, competitive, multiplayer games. Sonys, if you got the budget for immersive single-player games. But honestly, the Steel series do great at all of it. I heard that the Arctis 7s are great, to which I want to get my hands on them. I want to get my hands on the pros, and I'm also going to be getting my hands on some of the Logitech stuff. This is just the beginning, guys. Sorry if this video was really long, but I hope it was helpful. I stream every Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. I do tech related stuff, mice, headsets, webcams. Follow all my socials down in the description. We got a Discord, go join that. We have a lot of fun over there, and I announce things, I talk with y'all, and it's a good time over there. That's all from me. Peace.